After having put out last week's volume a little early, boy, do I have a lot of catching up to do. So welcome to the Star Trek Void, Volume 24, where I try to fill in the gap between new episodes with news, information, and hopefully a little bit of entertainment. And this week, I'm going to start off with, well, the reason I put out that video early last week, and that is the success of Trek Talks. If you missed the multiple panels that were available on the 13th, don't worry, you still can watch them. I'll make sure that you have that link below. And as you can see, instead of raising the $50,000, which was their goal, they reached $106,170. And you can still donate if you'd like to using that handy QR code right there. And they were some fantastic panels, great information. If you missed any of them, I highly suggest you go and check them out. So much information came out. Any fan would be lucky to watch any of it. But that's not all that happened last week. Star Trek was well represented at the Critics' Choice Award, and while they didn't walk away with any wins, you can see that everyone looked fabulous as they came to join and find out the results firsthand. Beautiful dresses, dashing suits with the perfect hair, of course. And here is Celia in one of my favorite dresses of the evening. I enjoy the little fluff around the shoulders, and she looks fantastic. However, it was Anson's photo outside of the men's room that really seemed to go viral. And while Lower Decks and Strange New Worlds were represented really well at the Critics' Choice Awards, I'm going to have to give it to Wilson Cruz for the way he wore this tuxedo at the Emmys while accepting an award as part of an entourage being honored for representation in movies and film. And this is a quote from Daily Star Trek News as they wrote about his appearance. Wilson Cruz went on stage to accept the Governor's Award for GLAAD. The Governor's Award is given to the individual, company, or organization who has made a long-lasting or transformational contribution to the arts or television. This year, the award was presented to GLAAD, or the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation, for their outstanding work in advocating for LGBTQ representation on TV. And while the article does say that Star Trek didn't have any wins, I'm going to count that as one because Star Trek is known for often recognizing marginalized communities, and so, yeah, I'm calling it a win. Let's go on to one more gathering, though not an award ceremony. As this good-looking group gets together, we've got Terry Matalas posting Monkey Madness at Hot Living's honorary dinner for Hannah Weddingham with Emily Hampshire and Todd Stashwick, 12 Monkeys, Star Trek Picard, and Ted Lasso. And yeah, this is a good-looking group, of course, very familiar faces. If you have not watched 12 Monkeys, you're missing something that is very, very good. And quite frankly, has quite a bit in common with Star Trek. And before I moved along, I did want to throw in this awesome behind-the-scenes image of the final season of Picard. You can see Jack, Picard, and the Queen, and it's just really excellent. So check out all of the sparks, and you can see the cameraman. Very cool. Thank you so much, Kit Stolen, for sharing. Let's move on to more nominations. This one posted by Star Trek On Plus. Congratulations to Star Trek Strange New Worlds and cinematographer Glenn Keenan, nominated at the ASC Awards in the category episode of a 1-hour regular series. And it says here, American Society of Cinematographers Award nominee episode of, and it says the same thing. So very cool. Congratulations. Keep lining them up for winning awards. Now we just need some people that have enough sense to actually give them one. But moving along again, we have Trek Central with more award nominations. Congrats to Star Trek Picard, Lower Decks, and Strange New Worlds post-production team who have all been nominated for more awards. Strange New Worlds is nominated at the VES Awards for Outstanding Created Environment for Season 2 episode The Broken Circle. Picard and Lower Decks are both nominated for MPSE Golden Reel Awards for Outstanding Sound Editing. The Last Generation, and Old Friends, New Planets. So they are all being recognized for their excellent work. We just need somebody to all vote at the same time that they should win. Really, all of them, because yeah, there were some excellent episodes this past year. And now we're going to move on to some of those movie rumors. Well, not so much rumors anymore. We now know that Picard will be getting his own movie, and Patrick Stewart does want to be seen on the big screen, so it's fairly certain that this is going to be released in theaters, possibly anyway. But a script is in the works, and the script is being written. We also are looking at a fourth movie in the reboot of Star Trek. The rumors are true, even though we've heard them for years, that there would be a fourth movie in this installment of reboots. Anyway, it looks like it's going to happen. The only difference is it won't be after the events that we've already seen. It's supposed to be a prequel, and the story is supposed to take place decades before that first 2009 movie that rebooted the whole thing. What we know so far is that it's going to be produced by J.J. Abrams. They've tapped Toby Haynes as director, and you may know him from Andor. Beyond that, there isn't really a lot of information, just conjecture. And, well, I really am not a fan of conjecture without some sort of basis to back it up. So we're just going to leave it at 2 movies possibly coming to the big screen. Though in all reality, we aren't sure if the one with Patrick Stewart is going to be small screen or big screen. It's just that he would really like to be in theaters again. And now let's talk about Discovery Season 5. Now, we've had a lot of news about Discovery and what to expect in the last year or two, but this probably is going to be the best bit of information we've come across other than trailers, and that is, and I'll be quoting from the article, the SXSW announcement also brings us the first episode synopsis of Season 5, giving the first specifics about the galaxy-wide treasure hunt that will span the concluding season, and giving us context for a ship seen in July's Look Ahead featurette. Captain Burnham and the USS Discovery are sent to retrieve a mysterious 800-year-old Romulan vessel until the artifact hidden inside is stolen, leading to an epic chase. Meanwhile, Saru is offered the position of a lifetime and Tilly's efforts to help pull her into a tangled web of secrecy. Now, just from that, we can tell that it's going to bring them back to their past. An 800-year-old Romulan vessel is going to be something that's familiar to them. And while it doesn't say anything here, Saru is also, we know, going to be continuing his romance. And Tilly, well, we're fairly sure that eventually she'll be working towards her academy days once again as a teacher, professor, some way integral to Starfleet Academy. But right now, Season 5 is shaping up to be a treasure hunt of sorts. And if you liked TNG and a good mystery, yeah, we can get into this. Following clues, solving a mystery. This is definitely something up most Trekkies' alley. And while you're waiting for Discovery, if you haven't had a chance to watch Prodigy, this may be your chance. Next watch party, Prodigy Virtual Con, Our Better Selves. And this is Sunday, January 21st, 2024. So that's, pretty soon. At 9:30 a.m. Pacific time is when it starts. You can register at watchtreklookforward.com events. You can see that, and I'll have it below. And this is get ready for the Star Trek Prodigy Virtual Con this weekend. Registration is free. Link in bio. As there's some information on the web page, so you'll see what to expect. And again, registration is free. There's no fee to try to join this watch party or the convention itself. So check it out and have a little fun this weekend. Now, it wouldn't be a Katie's Corner Void update for Star Trek if I didn't talk about Legacy just a little bit. And there's this great article on Screen Rant called 10 Picard Season 3 characters we're desperate to see back in Star Trek. And one of the best ways to get a lot of these characters back is by getting Star Trek Legacy created, because you can bring back anybody in Star Trek, even the dead captains. So, speaking of dead captains, if you are trying to get Star Trek Legacy created, Todd Stashwick knows of this group you can help out.
Hi, Katie's Corner. Katie is one of the people that's part of the Letters for Legacy. I've been very heartened that there's been this grassroots movement for us to get a spinoff of that show. I would love to do a spinoff show. I would love for the TNG era to continue.
Why, thanks, Todd. And if anybody does want to join the mission in trying to make Star Trek Legacy happen, may I suggest going to the Letters for Legacy website, printing up a letter and sending it out to our good friend, Mr. Ryan, or you can join me and help me get to the Indiana Comic-Con convention, where I'll be trying to collect at least 1,000 signatures with the help of my younger sister. Yeah, we're trying to get a table at the Comic-Con convention. I've got these cards printed up. I'm only looking for $1,200. The trip itself will cost more. I'll be footing some of the bill. But to get the table, the cards, there's a lot of small expenses that add up as you go. And I do have most of them listed out, including a place to stay, because I do need to be able to sleep somewhere at night. But if you check it out, I'm asking for $1,200 for assistance. I've already got $120, and I so appreciate my donors. And they are Michelle Jan, Jill Bjorklund, Rose Foster, Ann Fox, and one did want to be anonymous, so thank you, anonymous donor one. Thanks to you, I'm already 10% to my goal. If you'd like to help me out, it's really simple. Just follow the GoFundMe link below and help out. You can do as little as $5, and I wasn't asking for more than that. People who had donated 20 blew me away. But if you can help me get to the Indiana Comic Con, I'm going to do my best to get as many letters signed as I can. Send them out to Paramount Plus and let Mr. Ryan know that we want Star Trek Legacy. We want it created. Another possibility that it could be an offshoot from the movie they're making for Picard. That's actually a good sign. It's possible that they're going to delay a moment, be included in the Picard movie. But we don't want the crew of the Enterprise G to be forgotten. And so our job as fans is to be loud for Star Trek Legacy and get Captain 7 on the Enterprise G immediately. And so I want to thank anyone who happens to help out in advance, and I will include you in the next video. Now, that's all I have today. That was quite a bit, and I have a few things that I could have thrown up, but they were mostly for silliness sakes. So thank you so much for joining me. If you like this video and want more like it, please don't forget to like below, subscribe, and always comment on anything that we've talked about or anything more you'd like to hear about. I want to give out a special thanks to my Patreons and to my members. Your continued support helps keep this channel running. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate you. Thanks so much for helping me out here. And if you would like some more Star Trek content, because this just wasn't enough, don't forget you can always check out any of my other videos here. And as always, I'll see you there. If you missed it was Anson's picture. Oh, my puppy really wants to go outside right now while I'm recording. Just a minute, buddy.